My friend, this moment is not a coincidence. You were guided here for a reason. There is a divine calling upon your life, a purpose that has been whispering to you in dreams, in moments of stillness, and even in the trials you've faced. The world may try to distract you, to drown out that inner voice, but deep down you know something is happening, a shift, a transformation. But you are not like the rest. You are the chosen one, and today I urge you, do not miss the sign from God. It is happening right now. There is a reason why you feel different, why you've always sensed that you were meant for something greater. You are not like the rest. You do not simply follow the patterns of the world without question. Deep within, there has always been an inner knowing, a feeling that you were meant to break barriers, to rise above limitations, to walk a path few dare to tread. From the moment you were born, the universe began aligning itself to your journey. Every experience you have had, both the triumphs and the trials, has been shaping you, preparing you, awakening you to a reality that most people never dare to accept. You are chosen. You are not here to merely exist, to follow the motions of an ordinary life. There is something within you, something powerful, something divine, waiting to be fully realized. But what does it mean to be chosen? It does not mean ease or comfort. It does not mean the world will hand you everything you desire on a silver platter. No. Being chosen means you will be tested, stretched, and refined. It means you will be set apart, walking a road that often feels lonely because few have the courage to walk it. It means the challenges you face are not there to break you, but to awaken you. They are signs designed to push you toward your highest potential. Look at your life. Look at the obstacles you have overcome, the moments where you felt lost, abandoned, misunderstood. Those were not punishments, but preparation. Every tear you've shed, every doubt that has plagued your mind, every struggle you have endured, they have all served one purpose: to awaken the power that lies dormant within you. You may have wondered why certain doors have closed, why the people you once trusted have turned away, why the path ahead has often seemed unclear. It is because you are being guided not by the logic of this world, but by a higher force that knows exactly where you are meant to be. You are not meant to blend in, you are meant to rise. Many ignore the call. They bury their dreams under fear, under doubt, under the expectations of others. They choose the comfort of the known over the power of the unseen. But you cannot ignore it. You feel it stirring inside you, a quiet but undeniable force, urging you forward. The world may try to convince you otherwise, may try to keep you small, but the truth is, nothing can take away what has been divinely placed within you. This is why you must pay attention. The signs are all around you, the opportunities, the whispers of intuition, the seemingly random coincidences. They are not random at all. They are calling you to step into your destiny, to embrace the power that has always been yours. You are not here to live an ordinary life. You are not here to shrink, to doubt, to remain trapped by fear. You are here to create, to lead, to become the embodiment of something far greater than you ever imagined. You are here because you were chosen. Everything you see, everything you experience is a direct reflection of what exists within you. The world does not happen to you, it happens through you. It is a mirror reflecting back the thoughts you think, the beliefs you hold, and the assumptions you carry. Whether you are aware of them or not, look closely at your life, the people you encounter, the circumstances you face, the patterns that seem to repeat. All of it is shaped by the state of your mind. If you feel trapped, if you feel like life is against you, if the same struggles seem to arise again and again, it is not because the world is unkind or unfair. It is because something within you is creating that reality. Your subconscious mind is always at work, molding your external world according to the impressions you have accepted as true. If you believe you are unworthy, you will find yourself in situations that affirm that belief. If you believe opportunities are scarce, you will struggle to find them. If you see yourself as a failure, life will arrange itself in ways that prove you right. But the opposite is just as true. If you shift your inner world, your outer world must follow. Think about the times when you have felt confident, unstoppable, full of purpose. In those moments, life seemed to flow effortlessly. Doors opened, people responded differently, and opportunities seemed to appear out of nowhere. That was not luck. That was your state of being shaping your reality. When you operate from a place of abundance, abundance is reflected back to you. When you believe in your worth, the world mirrors that belief in the form of respect, love, and success. Most people live unconsciously, unaware that they are projecting their fears, doubts, and insecurities onto the world and mistaking them for reality. They blame circumstances, they blame other people, they blame fate, never realizing that the power to change everything has always been within them. They do not see that life is merely responding to their inner world. giving them exactly what they expect, exactly what they assume, exactly what they believe to be true. You do not see the world as it is, you see the world as you are. If you carry anger, the world will seem hostile. If you carry love, the world will seem kind. If you expect rejection, you will find it. If you expect victory, it will meet you at every turn. Reality is not something outside of you, separate from you. It is something being shaped by you, moment by moment, thought by thought. Your emotions are signals. If you feel anxious, restless, or frustrated with your life, it is not because of what is happening outside of you, it is because of what is happening within you. Your thoughts, your assumptions, and your beliefs are painting the picture of your life. Change them, and the picture must change. Consider a mirror. When you look into it, it does not show you something different from what you present. If you frown, it does not smile back. If you stand in a dimly lit room, the reflection will be dark, but if you adjust yourself, if you change your posture, if you bring light into the room, the image in the mirror shifts instantly. Life works the same way. It cannot reflect something you have not first accepted within yourself. If you wish to see a new reality, you must first create it internally. You must become in consciousness what you wish to experience in the physical world. The shift happens inside first. Then and only then will the world reflect it back to you. You have never been alone in this journey. Every step of the way, signs have been placed before you, guiding you, calling you, reminding you of who you are and where you are meant to go. But have you truly seen them? Have you truly listened? Most people walk through life blind to the signals constantly unfolding around them. They dismiss strange coincidences, ignore gut feelings, and downplay the quiet whispers of intuition. They wait for something undeniable, something grand and unmistakable, not realizing that the universe does not always speak in thunderous voices. It often speaks in stillness, in repetition, in the small nudges that most overlook. Think back to the moments when you felt a deep knowing within you, when an opportunity appeared at just the right time, when a person entered your life and changed its course, when an idea suddenly ignited in your mind and wouldn't leave you alone. These were not accidents, they were not random, they were signs, they were divine messages, placed before you to awaken you, to steer you, to remind you of your purpose. The problem is never the absence of signs, it is the unwillingness to recognize them. People expect clarity before they act, but clarity often follows action. They expect the full picture to be revealed before they move, but the signs are not meant to show you the entire path at once. They are breadcrumbs, leading you step by step toward your destiny. Look at your desires, the deep, persistent ones that refuse to fade, no matter how much time passes. Have you ever wondered why certain dreams keep pulling at you? Why certain ideas excite you? Why your heart leaps at certain possibilities while others leave you empty? That is a sign. Your desires are not random. They are a part of the divine plan guiding you toward the life you are meant to live. Look at the struggles you've faced. Have you noticed how some challenges keep repeating? How certain lessons seem to come back in different forms, as if life is trying to get your attention? That is a sign. When you do not recognize the message the first time, life will present it again and again, often with greater intensity, until you finally see what you were meant to learn. Look at the people who have come into your life, the ones who have inspired you, challenged you, pushed you forward. Some have stayed, some have left, but all of them have played a role. The ones who hurt you may have been there to teach resilience. The ones who uplifted you may have been placed in your path to remind you of your potential. The ones who doubted you may have been there to strengthen your determination. These interactions are not meaningless, they are signs. Even your own intuition, the sudden feelings that arise without explanation, the voice within that warns you or urges you forward is a sign. But how often do you trust it? How often do you follow the inner knowing instead of the noise of the world? Most ignore their intuition because it does not always align with logic. They hesitate, they doubt, they convince themselves that it's just their imagination. But intuition is not random. It is divine intelligence speaking to you in ways the mind cannot fully comprehend. There have been moments in your life when everything seemed to align perfectly, when circumstances unfolded in ways you could not have planned, when something told you to act at just the right time. That was not chance, that was not luck, that was a sign. It was proof that the unseen forces of the universe have always been working in your favor. But here is the greatest truth. The signs are only as powerful as your willingness to see them. The messages are always there, but if you do not pay attention, if you ignore them, if you refuse to act on them, they will pass you by. The signs have always been there, waiting, calling, revealing the path before you. The question is, are you truly looking? Everything you desire, everything you seek already exists in the unseen. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And the bridge between what is unseen and what is seen is faith. Faith is not just a word, not just a fleeting hope. It is the very substance of miracles. It is the force that turns impossibilities into realities, that bends circumstances in your favor, that transforms thoughts into things. Most people misunderstand faith. They think of it as blind optimism, as mere wishful thinking, as something weak and intangible. But faith is not passive. It is the most powerful creative force in existence. It does not wait for proof, it creates the proof. It does not ask for permission, it commands results. When you truly believe in something with unwavering certainty, the entire universe rearranges itself to bring that belief into physical form. Think of a seed. When you plant it in the ground, you do not dig it up every few hours to check if it is growing. You trust the process. You know that beneath the surface, even though you cannot see it, something is happening. This is faith. It is the knowing that what you have planted will manifest, even before you see any evidence of it. Faith is the difference between those who achieve the impossible and those who remain trapped in limitation. Those who lack faith wait for signs before they believe. But those who walk in faith believe first, and then the signs appear. They do not doubt when things seem still, when nothing appears to be changing, because they understand that movement is always happening beneath the surface. Look at the world around you. Everything that exists, every invention, every work of art, every achievement began as an idea, as something unseen, something intangible. It was only through faith that these things became reality. The greatest minds, the greatest leaders, the greatest visionaries did not wait for proof before they acted. They moved with certainty even when others doubted them, even when there was no evidence, because they understood that faith is what makes the unseen visible. Miracles are not reserved for the select few. They are not distant, mysterious occurrences that happen only in ancient stories. Miracles are the natural result of unwavering faith. They are the response of the universe to a mind that refuses to waver, to a heart that refuses to doubt, to a spirit that refuses to be moved by external circumstances. When you hold faith in your vision, in your purpose, in the power that resides within you, the world has no choice but to align itself accordingly. Doubt is the destroyer of miracles. The moment you question, the moment you hesitate, you interrupt the process. A mind divided cannot create. This is why so many people never see the results they desire, not because they lack ability, not because they lack opportunity, but because they lack faith. They waver between belief and disbelief, between certainty and uncertainty, and in doing so, they weaken their own power. Faith does not require physical evidence. It does not need validation from the world. It stands firm even when circumstances suggest otherwise. It speaks with authority, declaring things into existence before they are visible. It is not based on emotions which change like the wind, nor is it based on external conditions which can shift in an instant. Faith is anchored in an unshakable knowing, a knowing that what is unseen is just as real, just as present as what is seen. When you walk in faith, mountains move. Doors that were once closed begin to open. The impossible bends to your will, not because you are forcing it, not because you are struggling to make it happen, but because faith makes it inevitable. Faith does not chase, it attracts. Faith does not beg, it declares. Faith does not hope, it knows. The greatest miracles happen when faith is absolute, not when it is partial, not when it is dependent on external signs, but when it is whole, unwavering, immovable. It is then that miracles cease to be rare and become the natural order of your life. The world may say it is impossible, but faith does not operate by the world's rules. It follows a higher law, a greater power, one that transcends logic and reason. Everything you seek, everything you long for already exists. It is not something you need to chase, not something that is far away, not something that will one day arrive if you are patient enough. It is here, it is now, it is already done. The only thing separating you from it is your perception of time. Time is not what you think it is. It is not a straight line moving from past to present to future. It is not something outside of you dictating when things will happen. Time is a construct of the mind, a tool used to make sense of reality, but it is not real in the way you have been taught to believe. What you call the future is not ahead of you. It is a reality that already exists. What you call the past is not behind you. It is a collection of moments you continue to hold on to in your consciousness. All things past, present, and future exist simultaneously, waiting for you to align with them. When you desire something, it is not because you must create it from nothing. The very fact that you can conceive it means it already exists. You do not have to make it happen. You only have to assume the state of already having it. The moment you truly accept it as real, as done, as inevitable, reality has no choice but to shift in accordance with that assumption. Most people live in a state of waiting. waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right circumstances, waiting for proof that what they desire is on its way. But waiting is an illusion. The longer you wait, the more you push your desire into the future, believing it is separate from you, believing it is something you must earn, strive for, or deserve. This is why so many never receive what they seek, because they keep placing it ahead of them, always out of reach, instead of recognizing that it is already theirs. Think about the times when things have happened effortlessly in your life, when an opportunity arose at just the right moment, when something you had envisioned suddenly became real, when events aligned in ways you could not have predicted. That was not coincidence. That was you stepping into the reality where it was already done. In those moments, you did not force it, you did not chase it, you simply allowed yourself to receive what was already there. Your assumptions shape your experience of time. If you believe something will take years, it will. If you believe it will be difficult, it will be. If you believe you must struggle before you receive, struggle will become your reality. But if you truly understand that time is an illusion, that your desires exist now, and that your only task is to align with them, everything changes. You no longer operate from a place of lack, of distance, of someday. You operate from a place of certainty, of presence, of now. The mind, conditioned by the world, resists this idea. It tells you that you must see results before you believe. It tells you that the past determines the future. It tells you that you must wait, that you must be realistic, that you must be patient. But none of this is true. The only reason time appears to separate you from your desire is because you believe it does. The moment you stop believing in the separation, the moment you stop thinking in terms of one day and start thinking in terms of now, time collapses. There is no distance between you and your vision. There is no waiting period, no delay, no external force holding it back. There is only consciousness, only assumption, only the reality you choose to inhabit. And when you fully accept that it is already done, when you walk, think, and live as if it were already true, the illusion of time dissolves and what was once unseen becomes visible. You were never meant to live as though you were at the mercy of the world. You were never meant to beg, to chase, to wait for permission to claim what is already yours. You were created with power, with dominion, with the ability to shape reality according to your will. Yet so many walk through life unaware of this truth, living as though they are powerless, as though they must endure whatever life throws at them. But you are not a victim of circumstances. You are not here to simply survive. You are here to create, to command, to step into your divine authority and claim the life that has always been meant for you. Look around you. Every system, every structure, every rule that you have been taught to obey was created by people no different from you. The laws of this world, the limitations imposed by society, the expectations placed upon you, none of it is absolute. It is all a construct, a framework that can be rewritten, reimagined, reshaped. And those who understand this truth rise above the ordinary, while those who remain blind to it continue to live under the illusion of limitation. Your authority does not come from external validation. It does not come from a title, from wealth, from recognition. It comes from within. It comes from the unwavering knowing that you are the master of your reality, that your thoughts, your beliefs, your assumptions are the true architects of your world. The moment you accept this, the moment you embody this, everything begins to shift. The doors that once seemed closed begin to open. The obstacles that once seemed immovable begin to crumble, not because the external world has changed, but because you have changed. The greatest illusion humanity has ever been sold is the idea that power is something outside of them, something that must be earned, something that belongs only to a select few, something that must be granted by forces beyond their control. But this is a lie. Power has never been something you had to seek. It has always been within you, waiting for you to claim it. And the only reason it has remained dormant is because you have been conditioned to forget it. Think of the times when you have felt an undeniable force within you, a knowing, a certainty, a moment where you acted without fear, without hesitation, without doubt. That was your divine authority revealing itself. That was you stepping into your true nature, unhindered by the illusions of limitation. And in those moments, you were unstoppable. You did not ask if you were worthy. You did not seek permission. You simply moved, you simply acted, and the world responded accordingly. But why do you not live in that state all the time? Why do you retreat back into hesitation, into self-doubt, into uncertainty? Because you have been conditioned to believe in separation. You have been told that there is a gap between you and what you desire, that there is a process, a waiting period, a series of steps you must take before you are ready. But what if you are already ready? What if the only thing standing between you and the life you desire is the belief that something is standing in your way? Authority is not granted. It is not given. It is taken. It is declared. It is owned. And when you decide, truly decide, that you will no longer play small, no longer wait, no longer doubt, no longer seek approval from a world that does not even understand its own power, that is when you step into who you were always meant to be. The world does not shape you. You shape the world. Your words carry weight. Your thoughts are commands. Your very presence shifts reality in ways that most people do not even realize. When you walk with certainty, when you speak with conviction, when you act as though what you desire is already done, the world conforms. It has no choice. Because reality does not respond to those who hesitate. It does not bend for those who are unsure. It moves for those who move with authority, with conviction, with an unshakable knowing that they are in control. But stepping into your divine authority requires more than just understanding. It requires embodiment. It requires you to stop speaking in terms of one day and start speaking in terms of now. It requires you to stop hoping and start knowing. It requires you to stop asking and start declaring. When you say, "I am," the world listens. When you assume something as truth, reality shifts to match that assumption. There is no other way. Most people live their lives reacting to what already is, reinforcing the very limitations they wish to break free from. They complain about their circumstances. They dwell on what is missing. They wait for proof before they believe. But authority does not wait for proof. It creates the proof. It does not seek permission. It declares reality into being. And when you finally step into this level of power, when you finally recognize that you are the cause of everything you experience, that is when the miraculous becomes natural and the impossible becomes. Everything you seek is already yours. The signs have been there all along, waiting for you to recognize them. The world you experience is nothing more than a reflection of your inner state, and when you shift your consciousness, reality must follow. Faith is not about waiting. It is the substance that brings miracles into existence. Time is an illusion. What you desire is not coming, it is already done. And the power to claim it has always been within you. You were never meant to live as though you are powerless. You were never meant to chase, to beg, to struggle under the weight of limitation. You are here to create, to command, to step into your divine authority. The moment you accept this truth, not just intellectually, but deeply, fully, with unwavering certainty, is the moment everything changes. The world does not shape you, you shape the world. You are the chosen one. Now it is time to act like it.